Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
A reminder, the BC Lions with Nathan Rourke at quarterback play tonight. They end their season at BC Place against the Edmonton Elks. Whitecaps at Sporting KC for a one-shot playoff game. MLS tomorrow in Missouri. It is Friday. All guests today brought to you by Langley Chrysler. That includes Ian Furness standing by. Don't struggle to find a great deal on new or used vehicles when Langley Chrysler has over 200 vehicles on the lot. Save up to $10,500 on Ram at Langley Chrysler, in-store or online at langleychrysler.com. A white glove Gretzky update coming in a matter of moments. But right now from KJR in Seattle, Fox 13 Sports, it's Ian Furness. Ian, thanks for doing this. How are you?
I'm good, gentlemen. Hope you guys are doing okay up there with all that we've gone through this week in the Northwest with the weather. Yeah.
How is it down there, Ian, weather-wise this week?
Well, I'm looking outside right now, and I see blue skies. That's kind of a nice welcome sight. It was mostly bad up north, closer to the border to you guys, Bellingham, Sumas, and Linden, and all that. But, yeah, we had some rivers that had issues down here, so it was not a pleasant week down here for sure.
Hey, Ian, people in Vancouver, for the most part, pretty angry with what's happening with the Canucks right now. When's the last time the Seattle sports fan base was angry at the Seahawks? I would imagine it's been a while. Really angry.
Well, I mean, what time is it? 11:03.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, they're getting there, Donnie. It's there's some angst down here right now. It's not to the level of what you have in Vancouver. I saw the guy wearing the jersey the other day, in the concession line, and it's not to that point yet. Although I will tell you this, Kraken fans are getting a little uneasy too. It's there's a little unrest down here with Husky football. Kraken are awful. Seahawks can't get things going offensively. So yeah, there's a little tension in the Great Northwest.
Should it bother people, Ian? You mentioned the Kraken and their early struggles. Should it bother them that they are struggling? Whereas a few years ago, Vegas expansion team, its first year, went to a Stanley Cup final.
Well, that's the problem, right? Is that because Vegas set that bar so high, everyone expects them to be good. I think the thing is, what I like, we talked about this on our show yesterday, I like the fact that the Kraken hockey fans are getting upset. I like the fact that they're mad. I like the fact that they care and they're not just saying, hey, we have a team, super, and they're going to win 12 games this year. That's fine with us. No, man, they started with zero salary cap dollars. They could build what they wanted to do. They came well under the cap, didn't spend. I think there's legitimate criticism. We talked about this, I think, early in when you guys started the show. I mean, there was legitimate criticism for Ron Francis. He didn't go hot and heavy after the free agents pool, and with only one draft under your belt, it's going to take a while to build things up. The biggest issue is Grubauer's been awful. I mean, he hasn't been good at all. And they keep running him out there. Obviously, they're going to run him out tonight because he's going to get the net because it's Colorado. But, I mean, he just hasn't been good. Drieger's had one start this season, so I think there's little questions there. They take some shifts off, especially early in games. And I like the fact that fans here are a little upset about that because it means they care and they understand the game better than people maybe thought they would. So it's good to be upset.
Ian, they got the same problems as the Canucks, as slow starts, falling behind, playing catch-up hockey. Same stuff happening up here?
Although nobody's as bad at special teams as the Canucks, right?
Thank you. Thanks for reminding us.
It's true.
It's honestly, all joking aside, but they do have some similar traits. Seattle, I think, is 0-8 now and trailing after one. I think they've had the first goal scored on them in, like 12 games or something like that. It's just they had 3 shots on goal in the first period against Chicago the other night.
That's
just not good. That's just not good enough, And then they rally and they push hard at the end. And it's odd because when I watched them up close on that road trip, the forecheck was solid. They really played hard on the other team's end. They were pretty responsible. But same thing, if they make a mistake, the puck's in the back of their net, and Grubauer's not there to bail them out. And now they're not even working on the forecheck at all. I mean, I can't figure these guys out, honestly. I mean, I don't know if you guys have watched much of them. I can't figure them out for the life of me, who and what they are or what they're supposed to be. And I guess that's another probably similarity with what you guys have up there.
Identity.
Yeah.
What's the identity?
Absolutely.
Yeah. DK Metcalf said something yesterday that Don Taylor says every day of the week. I've got to grow up. I've got to grow up.
So bad.
I think that's what Ryan says every day.
I worked on that all morning. Ian, I worked on that all morning. It worked. It
did.
Yeah, anyways, he's addressing his outbursts. What were your thoughts when he said that?
Well, let's prove it after a game in which you don't play well. I mean, the way he acted after the loss in Green Bay, I thought was somewhat embarrassing. I don't care in the heat of the moment in the game. I mean, he grabs a guy's face mask, whatever. He's mad because he doesn't see the ball. I can deal with that. I didn't like how he handled himself after the game, and I was in Green Bay, and I just thought, like, grow up, bud. Like, you can't come into a press conference afterwards and 1- and 2-word answer guys. And be that guy. If you're going to do that, just don't even bother showing up and to do the media stuff. Just go and hide like most of the rest of those guys do when they lose. And I thought it was just a bad look all the way around. You haven't done enough, DK, in this league to have that ability to be that guy, right? And you're being that guy right now. Go out and be better. Maybe Russell's got, well, not maybe. Russell for sure has to be better. But the way he handled himself after the game, I have a bigger problem with that than the way he handles himself in the game. I don't care in the heat of the moment if he's getting fired up. And by the time he grabbed the guy's face mask, whatever, the game was over at that point. So I didn't care about that as much. I want to see you handle yourself better. And don't do it on a Wednesday or a Thursday. Do it, after the game when most professionals act that way as a professional.
Seahawks versus Arizona on the weekend. What was your opinion? I know it's been a while, but your opinion of future Seahawks owner Russell Wilson's return in Green Bay?
He was awful. I mean, he was just flat out awful. One of the things they talked about, it was interesting, the post game was really interesting all the way around. Pete Carroll kind of got edgy a little bit. He doesn't usually get upset at the media, but he kind of pulled a Travis Green there. He got short and kind of fired back. I didn't know what was going on there. It's like Farhan was asking him a question or something. It was just like, like he just kind of snapped a little bit because he was pressed 3 or 4 times by guys about, why was Russell in shotgun the whole game? If you're telling us that he was 100% and there was no problem with the finger, why was he in shotgun? Because in shotgun, statistically, not just this season, but over his career, he's about 30 points lower in his passer rating. He doesn't operate as well out of the shotgun as he does under center. Now, it's obvious why he was in shotgun. You're not going to pound the ball into his hand on a broken finger, 50 or 60 times during the game. So they did do that. But I thought Russell was bad. I don't think he's been good all year. I think some of the numbers in terms of his passer rating kind of lie a little bit. He's not seeing the field well. Guys, check this out. He is the lowest ranked quarterback among regular starters in the league right now in intermediate passing. That means 10 to 19 yards. Those 10 to 19-yard throws, he is number 0. Like, he's at the bottom of the list of regular starters in the league. And when you think about what that offense should be with the Shane Waldron Rams offense, it's all those little crosses and slants and things like that, those quick hitters. He's not able to make that throw right now. That's not a finger issue. That's just all season long. And third down, he's ranked dead last in passing completion percentage at 40% on third downs this year. So he hasn't played well at all. And, he wants to be a future owner, wants to be a lot of different things. He better just become a better football player because at $35 million, they need him to be better.
Way better.
All right, Ian, thanks for this. Take care of yourself down there.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it. Ian Furness from KJR.